It's the end of Phase 2, and welcome back to 380 Updates. 2 weeks ago, we took you across the west side of the project, from Fishtrap all the way to Navo, where crews have been working non-stop to hit major milestones. This week, we're picking things up right where we left off at Navo and heading east toward Legacy. There's a lot to cover, big progress, fresh timelines, and a few official completion dates you've been waiting to hear. Stick around. Phase 2 may be wrapping up, but the next stage is already in full swing, and things are moving fast along the 380 corridor. Let's check out that epic new intro. We have new people joining us all the time. The 380 expansion through Denton is a $140 million makeover, turning the old 4-lane road with that dangerous, never-ending center turn lane into a 6-lane divided highway. Along the way, crews are building 5 brand new overpasses: Legacy, Teel, 423, Navo, and 720. Each one designed to keep traffic moving smoothly over those busy intersections. Add in continuous sidewalks and safer crossings, and by March 2026, this whole corridor will feel completely transformed. We're starting out here at Navo and working our way east this week. There were traffic switches west of Paloma Creek that we're not forgetting about, but we're not going to get to that this week. We're promising now a full and complete end-to-end construction and retail update next week. Gear up, because that will likely be a 30-minute update. There's a lot to cover. What started as a simple side project has ballooned into something much bigger, and we're here for it. There's just so much happening out here, and we're doing our best to keep up and bring it all to you. 48% of you are still not subscribed. Crews here at Navo have done some incredible work in the past month. Their goal was to have concrete poured by end of September. We're not going to hold it against them, but they were a little behind. Probably because they wasted a few precious seconds popping confetti with us. That joke is for the ungrateful haters that didn't care for that reel we posted. Concrete was actually poured this past week on the west side of the overpass. That wide 6-lane continuous pour is now curing under tarps. We're going to do our best to stream live at the last pour on that east side over by the high school again, like we were for that final beam placement. The next section of the overpass looks ready to be poured here, likely end of this week, October 10th. This Navo overpass boasts the longest span of all the overpasses, and it looks like for now, this will be a 4-phase pour. The other 3 overpasses, Legacy, Teel, and 423 like this, were poured in 3 sections. The small earthen ramps on each side have asphalt poured as a final base layer. We'll show down at Teel what the next steps are for this asphalt. Don't go anywhere. We've got the official overpasses opening date coming up, and it's a lot closer than you might expect. Before we move on to the Phase 2 traffic switches, we almost forgot. There's actually another traffic switch tucked right under the Navo overpass. And let's just say, it hasn't been received very well. We sit in it every morning right alongside you, as neighbors dealing with the same backups and confusion. Traffic here has been reduced to 1 through lane and 1 left turn lane in each direction north and south, while crews replaced the very last stretch of the old highway. As we reviewed the footage again, we noticed another update taking shape. Crews are building the base layer for new turnaround lanes on both sides of the intersection. These will be a much-needed improvement once traffic opens back up, giving drivers a safer and smoother way to loop around without clogging the main lanes. Here at Doe Creek, just east of 1385, we can see the end of Phase 2. The outer lanes on the north side of the roadway are complete with sidewalks. Having walked next to this roadway, I can tell you, anyone doing so is very brave. We can still see the markings for our old traffic pattern there through the middle. Jersey barriers are up and restricting access for almost everyone to the middle lanes where Phase 3 has begun, building a median with dedicated turn lanes through the middle. If you caught that, we said the barriers were up to restrict access to almost everyone, except for this individual that uses it as their own express lane. We've seen it twice now. Apparently, if you turn on your hazards, it makes it okay to drive wherever you want. We're not here to publicly shame anyone. We've seen and caught on camera plenty of wrong-way drivers or folks who just got turned around in the confusion out here. Sometimes it's a simple mistake, and other times it might even be a crew member trying to find the quickest merge onto the work zone. Either way, it's a reminder of just how disorienting this construction can be for everyone on 380. Please drive safely. That's off our chest. Phase 1 is complete. This new lane and sidewalk to the south of the highway. Phase 2 is also complete. This new lane and sidewalk to the north of the highway. And finally, in the shot, Phase 3 is underway in the center. We'll take a quick break to talk about our most favorite sponsor. Please visit signgypsies.com if you're planning a celebration, whether it is a birthday, graduation, or any special event. They've got you covered with custom yard signs that will bring your occasion to life. With vibrant, personalized designs, Sign Gypsies delivers more than signs. They deliver joy. They handle everything from design to setup, so you can sit back and enjoy the fun. Visit signgypsies.com to book today and use promo code 380 updates for a free upgrade on your next sign. Terms and conditions apply. We'll continue with a jump all the way down to Legacy on the far east end of the project. Here, we're seeing the first forms for the new turnaround lanes, just like the ones we mentioned earlier at Navo. With new medians taking shape across the highway, crossing over will soon be limited, so these turnaround lanes will be crucial for getting around. In fact, for many of us, using the U-turn will probably feel a lot safer than trying to make a left across busy 380 traffic. Dedicated and definitely up before sunrise to capture these shots. We're still here at Legacy, flying east to west in one long, continuous run that takes us all the way past Teel. We'll slow things down and point out a few key details along the way. Starting on the east side of Legacy, you can see the medians are nearly complete. Fresh concrete has been poured, and crews are finishing the final sections that now stretch seamlessly across the overpass. Every ramp connecting to the Legacy Bridge is fully paved as well. At this point, the Legacy Overpass is basically complete. Aside from some finishing touches like barrier staining, striping, and cleanup, this structure is ready for full use. As we narrow in toward the overpass, you can clearly see the distinct 3 lanes in each direction that will carry traffic across these new bridges. The design provides plenty of capacity for the growing traffic demand along the corridor. Beneath the overpass, the frontage roads will remain open in both directions, allowing drivers to continue moving north and south and to easily access or exit 380. It's a smart layout that keeps local access intact while separating through traffic for a much smoother overall flow. Once again, the on and off ramps here at Legacy are complete or very close to it. There's still a small stretch of eastbound pavement left to finish, but most of the work is wrapped up. As we come off the overpass, you can see where traffic will merge with vehicles coming from Legacy heading west. This merge area will be a key connection point once traffic patterns shift, blending overpass traffic back into the main eastbound lanes of 380. Crews will likely fine-tune striping and signage here to make that transition as smooth and safe as possible once it opens. Just ahead, there's a break in the new median. This will serve as an access point for North Fields, part of the massive fields of Frisco master plan community taking shape here. This development will eventually span thousands of acres, connecting retail, residential, and corporate spaces all within this corridor. Having this access point built in now is a smart move. It ensures future traffic from North Fields can tie directly into 380 without major reconstruction later. It's one of those subtle details that shows how this highway project and the surrounding growth are being planned hand in hand for what's coming next in Frisco's expansion. Now we begin to come up on the Teel Overpass, still heading west in that shot from Legacy, and we just passed the new Bates Drive again, heading to that North Fields development. To the far left, there's temporary striping that shifts traffic slightly toward the center of the roadway. This setup will guide drivers for now, but it also lines up with where the future merge onto the main highway will be. The off-ramp to Teel is clearly visible here. The far right lane will serve as exit only, while the second lane gives drivers the choice to either exit or continue across the overpass once it opens. This configuration helps balance traffic flow and minimize bottlenecks through the intersection. As expected, the ramps at Teel are running about a week or two behind Legacy. Crews are wrapping up barrier work, finishing shoulder grading, and completing drainage tie-ins before final inspection and striping. Cones line the overpass to keep traffic off until it's officially opened, a necessary step to maintain safety while these last details come together. On the far side of the bridge, you can see crews already focused on those final touches that bring the structure into its completed form. This feels like the perfect time to draw your attention to that caption in the lower left corner, because this is big. The overpasses are officially set to open on December 12th. That's right, we finally have a date. This is huge news for everyone who's been following the 380 expansion. There will still be plenty of work to carry through into the spring, paving, medians, and finishing touches across other sections. But once these overpasses open, everything changes. Drivers will finally be able to bypass some of the busiest intersections on the corridor and those daily bottlenecks. Even at 423, will finally start to ease as new routes open up. This is the kind of milestone that marks a turning point for the entire project. Phase 3 is well underway here in the middle of the screen. You can see all the medians now taking shape with clearly defined breakpoints that will eventually allow traffic to cross between directions. There are actually two types of medians being built along this stretch. The wider sections will be earthen medians, filled with soil and likely landscaped with grass or other low-maintenance vegetation to provide separation and a cleaner visual barrier. These areas also help with drainage and runoff control, directing water safely away from the roadway. The narrower sections, especially near intersections and turn lanes, will be poured as solid concrete medians. Those are used where space is limited or where vehicles need a durable surface near turning movements. You'll see these concrete medians taper down toward each breakpoint to create the proper alignment for turn lane access. We only covered a portion of the progress and still ended with a 12-minute long video. That's going to wrap up this week's 380 update. From Phase 3 work taking shape near Fishtrap to progress at Naylor and 424, all the way through the finishing touches at Teel and Legacy, it's clear this project is in overdrive. Crews are working day and night to hit that December 12th opening date for the overpasses, and when that happens, it's going to change everything for drivers along the corridor. We've followed this project since the very first beams went up, and it's incredible to see how close we're getting to the finish line while Phase 3 keeps rolling forward. Thanks as always for watching, for subscribing, and for sharing your comments and updates each week. It's what keeps this community connected as 380 continues to transform. We'll see you next week for a huge complete update. Same channel, same road, and as always, a lot more progress ahead.